Ekiti has higher GDP than Gambia, Seychelles, other African countries. Osinbajo. Welcome to the news, and please subscribe to our channel if you had not done so. Please listen to the end. Vice President Osinbajo has stated that Ekiti State has higher gross domestic products than some African countries, including Gambia and Seychelles. Osinbajo said this during his keynote address at the Ekiti Investment and Economic Summit, Fountain Summit 2021, themed Investment Attractiveness and Economic Development Lessons for Subnationals. The address was, however, released by the Senior Special Assistant to the Vice President on Media and Publicity, Laolu Akande. While speaking at the event on Thursday, the Vice President hailed the economic growth of Ekiti, adding that the state has higher GDP than some countries in Africa. The Vice President said 2 Saturdays ago, I represented Mr. President at the swearing-in of the new President of Sao Tome and Principe. As I sat in that well-appointed hall and took in the solemn grandeur of the oath-taking of a new democratically elected president, I reflected, here was a country whose GDP is $472 million, and it is a nation. It has 1 vote in the United Nations as we have. Ekiti State has a GDP of $2.8 billion, 5 times the size of the GDP of the nation of Sao Tome. But it is not just Sao Tome. Ekiti's GDP is higher than that of the nation of Gambia. Gambia has a GDP of $1.902 billion, and also Cape Verde with a GDP of $1.704 billion, or Seychelles, the lovely tourist destination nation, with a GDP of $1.125 billion. Ekiti's GDP is about the same as the GDP of Liberia, which is $2.9 billion. The Vice President also stated that the state has established the foundation for a thriving economy. Listing some of the fundamentals, the VP said there is no question at all that Ekiti has established the foundation for a modern and thriving economy. The fundamentals are there: a modern, strong, consistently improving legal and justice sector, but forward-looking laws, which include the contemporary administration of civil justice law, a first-of-its-kind sustainable developmental goals law, a tourism and hospitality law, property protection law, a 2020 amendment to the Ekiti State Board of Internal Revenue law, which, amongst other provisions, enables the service to collect all taxes due to the state government and all the local government councils in the state under any law through a centralized electronic payment platform. There is no question at all that Ekiti has established the foundation for a modern and thriving economy. Prof. Yemi Osinbajo. Everything about Nigeria by APC is on papers, no reality on ground to measure. Whatever voodoo economics they are churning out, evil people, this is cracking me up. The man chose Ekiti as example since it is one of the states with least GDP. You are here thinking out of point. Yes, you are right. You know that Ekiti is the second smallest state in Nigeria too. Only Biafra is smaller than Ekiti in Nigeria. California is over $3,000 GDP and has no vote at United Nations, while Nigeria is still hoping for $440 billion GDP by year ending. They will not compare Nigerian to light, but will always place it to downsize. See Ekiti, see GDP. These guys just open their mouths and give us phony figures. Ekiti is an epitome of backwardness with no physical development, no industrial development, only government offices. The government officials do not even live there. Always trying to justify the failure of their government. Thank you, sir, for letting us know. But your cohort suck it dry, and the son of butcherman of Ekiti State left the state with nothing but bones. Does that not tell you something, Mr. Vice President? That Ekiti alone can exist as an independent nation, and there is no need to be suffocated in this one Nigeria where nothing works. Good. So kindly support Oduduwa Nation since you have proof of your point. All of you know the truth but fail to say it out. What is the essence of having trillion non-viable population when we can be better off when we go our separate ways? Your argument is not about economy, but you are indirectly supporting the truth, which is Oduduwa nation. He is trying to pass a message of disintegration of Nigeria as a useless entity. And how is the standard of living between those living in Ekiti and this country you mentioned? You should be really ashamed of yourself. History will not be kind to you and your headless president because you guys are blunted failures. Oh my goodness. Does that translate to good living standard among Ekiti people? The answer is no. Of what importance is the overrated GDP? That means Ekiti can survive as a country, going by your stats. Then you must support Oduduwa nation so that you can become their inaugural president. So it is better for Ekiti to be a country. I ask myself, is our leaders aware of what they are saying? But these countries are all well managed, better than the whole of Nigerians. But this country you mentioned are better than Ekiti State. Prof, that is where many of you are deceiving yourself. Not wanting to break up from this contraception called Nigeria. Remember, Ekiti is the smallest in the southwest, but you guys keep telling us we won't survive it will break. Is that not a lie from a pastor? Please tell us, in what way has the GDP bettered the well-being of the citizens of the state? Not even to mention Nigeria's GDP. Yes, many people are suffering, and we have nothing good to show for it. This one is audio GDP. I am not surprised that this is coming from you, Pastor Osinbajo, because your long-time silence means you are part of what is happening in Nigeria. Polythefians Association of Nigeria VP, they build roads they do not ply through. They build hospitals they do not go to. They build schools that they do not go to. They build schools and send their wards abroad for education. Now, this Polythefians VP wants to tell us that Ekiti states have the highest GDP in Africa. That does not translate into well-being of people. It is well indeed. They keep comparing us to failures. Gambia and Seychelles that have high